Hi, Sagittarius. I told you when I did your read in the beginning of the month that I might do a redo for you since it wasn't the most positive of messages. So I'm going to do that for you now. So hopefully this will be a really good message for you. I just did the twin flame read, which was a really amazing positive message. There are big changes coming. Keep it really high this week. So we have the Lenormand Reverie. We're going to set the tone with that. We have the Universal Golden Tarot for uprights for the main part of the read, and then uprights and reversals with the mini Rider Waite. And we're going to roll the die as well. So let's see what comes up for you now, Sagittarius. And remember, you're still in the South Node, releasing until the 22nd, which may be why, you're not getting the most positive of reads, but you're being released from the South Node on the 22nd when it goes into Scorpio. So for Sagittarius, we have Capricorn, so some responsibilities as we go into Capricorn next week. And then we have the number 10, which is that high vibration. It's also the Wheel of Fortune and Libra for me. And then we have the moon here as well. So we have a lot's been coming up for me around the moon because it's no longer the same moon anymore, right? The dark's been taken off the moon. The soul swapper's been taken off the moon and burned in the sun. So the moon, the energy of Earth reflecting is changing. It's like the Earth is taking her moon, the moon energies back to be hers as we take the reflection off the moon and get our energy directly from the sun as opposed to the reflection off the moon. So that's been coming up regarding the moon. All right, so Capricorn responsibilities, high vibe changes here with the 10 and Libra, which is always seeking balance, and justice, which is truth and balance. So let's see what comes up with that. Besides Cancer comes up with the moon. Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn and Cancer are on that same axis. And we're entering into Capricorn. So let's see what we have here for Sagittarius from the Lenormand Reverie. I've already pre-shuffled all 3 decks. This is a general reading for Sagittarius for the energies going into the rest of the month of December 2021. And again, if you want something more specific to you, you can check out my info below as well as on my website, twinflames3344.com. All right, so from the Lenormand Reverie, what is the energy for Sagittarius? Got a few cards here. So we have the Mask here, which can be just about wearing masks, but for me, this is all about vulnerability here because we have the 40, which is the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups it's coming up as the 3 faces of vulnerability or multiple faces. The gift of the Hermit, which is going within. So this can be literal gifts or your own gifts of psychic abilities. And then the public meeting and energies of nature here and judgment here. So it could be some public decisions being made regarding presents, gifts, going within, hermiting, being able to leave your house. So this could be literally dealing with mask announcements and what we're required to do. So let's post these up here for Sag and see what else comes up. The bottom of the deck is the stairway here. This is a choice of 2 paths that you have multiple doors that you can choose to open. And this always reminds me of Titanic at the end where all the ghosts come back to meet each other on the stairs and the lovers come back together again. The 22 on the Fool's Journey, which is the journey of the open heart and taking a leap of faith. So that's really beautiful. So you're leaving behind. That's interesting because Leonardo always reminds me of Sagittarius. I don't actually know what sign he is, but that's what he reminds me of. So it's like letting go the old for the new coming in. And then for Sagittarius, let's see. Sagittarius, December 2021. Going into the rest of December 2021 for Sagittarius. Sagittarius. One more. Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius. The end of December 2021. What does Sagittarius have to look forward to now that we're letting go of the South Node? Sagittarius. Okay. First card out for Saggy is the Knight of Swords, the Messenger of Truth, or the Knight in Shining Armor. Which one is you? And that's very air, air sign messages, deliveries could be coming in. You could be getting packages and things like that. The challenge here is the sun, which we were just talking about, the sun and how powerful the energy and your connection to the inner child is here. Being authentically you, completely yourself. And Leo energy. The foundation is the wounded warrior, which is the south node of Sagittarius. It's basically south node Sagittarius letting go. And then in the recent past here is the Tower, some kind of sudden event, an epiphany, a sexual exchange of some kind, but this can be explosions, eruptions, blowing one's top, blowing their cover, blowing their crown, blowing their mind. So we'll see how that goes. And this is a mind-blowing message here. And again, this is the Wounded Warrior is all about the path of victim mentality. So it's the Kundalini rising in order to clear. It's like the car revving. There's this car that's been revving around the neighborhood the past 3 days. They're revving to get rid of that last little crap that's on the engine. It's the same kind of energy. The Kundalini rises through the body to get rid of all that last little crap that's in your root, all those wounds. And that's reflecting in the releasing of Sagittarius here. In your present moment now here is the Page of Cups, and that came up with the vulnerability and the masks. So this is that beautiful, innocent love, vulnerability. It can be a child, it can be a loving message or puppy love as well. So it can be a pet as well. Any of the pages can. And what's coming up for you is the Page of Wands, all this childlike energy, which is beautiful. And that was the perfect message that came up in the Twin Flame read as well, about releasing that childlike energy to just for this moment be in total joy and bliss. All right, so this is about being inspired. It can be someone who wants to go on a date, or they're just excited to do something, but this is very masculine, feminine energy of the inner children. The loving inner child, very much in their emotions, and the passionate inner child, very much in their inspiration. You see yourself as the Seven of Swords. And this can be feeling guilt and shame here, which is what the Wounded Warrior is clearing, is that last little bit of guilt and shame. So that's actually good, because that means you're clearing that before we leave Sagittarius in the South Node. And, this is traditionally the liar, cheater, thief card, but in this deck it's much more about, kind of sneaking away with their tail between their legs, feeling guilty or shame. And this could be reversed energy as well, which would be coming clean about that kind of energy. What's around you or how others might see you is the Emperor. Very different than how you see yourself. And yeah, so the Emperor's all about control, right? He's the man in control. This could be God. God's the only one who's really, truly in control, right? Because control is an illusion. So the block here for you is the Fool, which is the opposite of that. It's just total freedom and liberation, which is the energy that came up today. This is leading onto the Fool's journey instead of the Wounded Warrior's path, which is victim mentality, to an open heart, taking a leap of faith, perhaps with a loyal friend. And that's a block for you because you're used to being on the Wounded Warrior's path. And then we have at the end here, the Ten of Swords, but this is good because this energy is probably coming up reversed because Bliss was coming up in the last read I did. So this is betrayal, endings, pain, all of that kind of the worst energy in the world, right? But it's the ending of it, so it's good. So when this flips over, that's the releasing of the swords, which is the bliss, when the pain goes away from your body, right? It's the moment before death. It's that bliss state. So, and let's see what's going on here with all that. It's definitely rebirthing energy, right? Birth and death. And the bliss state. And getting past your Wounded Warrior, the victim mentality. You're getting off, you're changing from the Wounded Warrior path to the Fool's journey. So this is really good. And then what's connecting you to what's left hanging in limbo at the end of your read is the Magician embodiment here. Taking your powers, right? Your DNA strand. Getting back your 12 strands of DNA in order to have new tools come on board. This December solstice, the 21st, we're supposed to get a huge upgrade that we've never experienced before. So this is going to be pretty amazing here. And then what's hanging in limbo for you at the end of the read is the Page of Pentacles, which is, right, starting something new, manifesting something new, being curious about your abilities, or having some kind of inspiration that makes you curious to learn something new. That also could be another child. If there's 3 children or 3 pets, or lots of different kinds of messages. There's messages all over the place, or children all over the place right here, which is great. Maybe you're struggling right now because you have a couple kids and they're young, and that makes sense as well. I'm going to pull a few extra cards just in case I need them for the end. And okay. It's hard, sometimes hard to find that drop-off point because sometimes the story goes on forever, but we're good. The bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. And let's see what else we have. So we have the Dark Knight, death, endings, transition, transformation. Okay, this could be a Scorpio energy. And again, this is choosing a path, like the stairway that you see up here in the underlying energy here. Choosing that new path. This is also twin flame energy. There's a big love offer here. This is the humble loyal servant making an offer and receiving love in return, big love. And then another, see, this is a exchange back and forth. This is an offer of help, money, opportunity. This is a big offer of love in return, and then coming back again, offering some passion here, perhaps to clear Akashic records, doing some shadow work, and then coming in with Dark Night of the Soul here with Scorpio energy, and then being very present in the moment, maybe standing on a landmine here, so be careful where you step, being very quiet and calm, present in the moment, perhaps present to your gifts. This can be a gift, literally. And then the High Priestess, which is very honorable energy. She's very quiet. She's able to keep secrets, right? Or she has secrets, perhaps to give others, messages. It's about teaching your inner abilities as well. This can be a very religious person, can be a very spiritual person. It just depends on your reading and your situation. This also could be an aide or a nurse, or a Pisces or a divine feminine energy here. We have the green and the purple of the heart and the third eye awakening here. And there's also Viking energy here, okay? And also Middle Eastern energy with Italy, Greece, anything olive, apricots, all that kind of energy. And then the Viking energy here. So let's see what she has to do with all of this situation. She's being very present in the moment. So it's a very spiritual person. Again, we have Scorpio here and in the underlying energies, as well as Pisces. This for me also can be Virgo or sometimes Aquarius. And so Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo is the challenge. And then we have Gemini or Virgo energy there. So let's see what the clarifiers have for us. And Sagittarius. So Saggy, it looks like you're the one who's getting helped forward, because all the other energies around you are really positive. It seems like you're the one who's struggling here, but they're pulling you out of that energy, which is just in general because you're getting pulled out of the South Node. So it may have been difficult to release the things you've been releasing for the past year and a half, and now that's coming to a closure. Okay, one more. You may have Capricorn here too, since it came up in the dice. Capricorn, Cancer, and Libra came up. All right, so why do you have the High Priestess in the underlying energy, Sagittarius? Sorry, let me make this clear. Why do you have the High Priestess there? There's some frustration here or lack of growth. This can be feeling force-fed, passion, information, duty. You know, there's growth, creativity, and sexuality here. And it's about it being blocked or not understanding, not being able to conceptualize or conceive, not being able to find the humor in something. And there's the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Cups upright. I got a whistle with her. And the Queen of Swords. So there could be someone with two women, or this could be a work situation. We have the Three of Pentacles here. So there's some frustration with the King of Cups reversed, who may be emotionally unavailable or detached emotionally, or he could be over-emotional and perhaps depressed or a drinker and frustrated here, or feeling forced into something. Okay, And they don't look like they're getting along. These could be a couple, this could be siblings, they could be two different water signs, but we have two women and a guy at work here. And this could be school, this could be the gym, any place of co-creation here. It could be a church. But there's two women and a man, and the Queen of Cups is upright, and that can be this High Priestess right here. She could be mediating. This could be a religious mediator, bringing the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups together at work, or this could be premarital counseling as well, any kind of counseling. And in the, that came right out. In the recent past, I was just looking at the Tower, is a split. So a divide or a split, the need for clarity or truth coming up here regarding how to go forward with work, getting your ducks in a row, aligning. This is all your notches or your awards on the wall. But how to part with those things. There may be some things you're too attached to that you need to let go of, your ego type of things. This has to do with creative work as well. Perhaps divided about doing this. But there's a need for this. This is sudden with the Tower here. Suddenly free, or somebody's suddenly free to connect with you, or you could be the fool who's suddenly free, going to a more creative place with work because of a split or a divide or a need for clarity, getting to the point. And notice we have the Ace of Wands over here reversed, and then the Ace of Swords reversed right above it. Right? So this could be tit for tat as well, right? Someone's pushing them physically or passionately here, and then someone gets back with their words or their lies or rumors getting back at them. There could be some kind of, war between these two energies, but it's some kind of sudden liberation here, which was the energy coming up. The Wounded Warrior. The Page of Cups. Okay, so the Wounded Warrior is truly this innocent energy that's healing and forgiving, but feeling guarded right now. This could be someone who feels like a failure or someone who needs attention. This can be the attention whore, though, as well. This also could be doing something under the radar, not wanting other people to know, or maybe healing and forgiving under the radar by just being childlike and very loving, or loving messages. But again, there's temptation here still. So this could be codependency, addictions, and healing from being naive, from being innocent and loving, or healing from a child who is innocent and loving, or a message that was innocent and loving and healing from that. But again, the need to have good news come in, the need to lead the way. But there's temptation here, or a Capricorn who's waving. And this is somebody turning their back on them, right? Don't come near me, you're a temptation for me. This is they're turning their back when this comes their way. Learning how to stay away from those things that they can't control. The Knight of Swords. I'm sweating a lot right now. The Page of Wands, he's excited. And there we have the World upside down. So the Page of Wands is excited about, this can be the divine feminine in the 5D world. So they could be excited to awaken, to come together with their counterpart. This also could be a Pisces reversed, or just the general world upside down in general. But this can be the need for closure, right? That the cycle's just about done as you're releasing Sagittarius in the South Node, which that definitely can be that energy as well. But we have the Knight of Swords here, rushing in with the truth, which is causing sudden events to happen here. Perhaps with the High Priestess, intuitive abilities. This could be a spontaneous opening of the crown, like some kind of spontaneous freedom or liberation that happens because of this message of truth that keeps coming in. The Page of Wands is excited about the ending of this cycle, or about Pisces or divine feminine energies here. Excited to purge, perhaps, to come together and purge and release. Perhaps divorce, or get away from a religion or a contract, or be more spiritually inclined here. And then the challenge being the sun. There could be Taurus energy there too with the Hierophant. So with the sun as the challenge is the 10 of Cups reverse, which is the ending of an emotional cycle or unhappy family that's way overdue to be done. And this is someone perhaps who was unaware of how unhappy their family was, or unaware of how happy they were, right? Because they were so busy, maybe they didn't even realize how unhappy they were emotionally. This can be an unhappy family or a negative family, and someone keeping their energy pure and away from this energy in order to stay balanced, and that can be the devil here, is the family. So this is exposure of that, or children, keeping your energy to yourself. And this can be reflective of this High Priestess over here, right? This Queen of Cups, keeping her energy to herself, which is why she can maintain being happy and loving, whereas the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords are both reversed at the workplace, at school, at church, because they're not practicing spirituality. And the sun, this could be children, vacation. I don't know if the energy is quite upright. Let's see what comes up. Why the Page of Cups? Somebody's on break. This can also be this could be a child or a pet that was laid to rest. But I'm not really getting death energy, but there is this end of pain energy. So it could have been a death. But it's more, for me, it's about rebirth. So this is about being on break, taking a rest, connecting in 5D in a very high vibrational connection. But it's also about prayer and meditation and just laying a topic to rest, perhaps, for this Page of Cups, who's feeling very vulnerable because they're young and innocent. And this is about letting go of holding on to something in order to fix things, make amends, or perhaps fix up the house. Maybe you don't have a lot of money to spend, but you're going to spend a little bit of it to make the place look better. And this could be taking a break before you get to work. And there we go, releasing Sagittarius. So again, this is the releasing of the fallen angel, which is Sagittarius in the South Node. Like waiting for the birth. Like you're waiting for this part to be over with so you can just have the good part. And then we have the Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands coming up for you? All that glitters is gold. Somebody's really excited. And this could be kids excited for the holidays. This is about seeing synchronicities, having lots of choices, but if there's too many choices, it can be confusing, and then people tend to shut down if they can't make a decision. But this can be heaven in your eyes, and it looks like he's excited. And this is feeling like there's no options, but maybe they know the one, or they want all of them. There's no option but what they see. There's love, big love coming in here with an announcement perhaps, or a wake-up call. And you're feeling guilty. Coming together with the King of Wands in bliss with the High Priestess. You're feeling guilty about this connection because it's a blissful connection. This looks like a twin flame connection because this is literally sharing the creative energy, which is very sexual, right? In bliss, but apart. He's looking that way. She's looking straight forward and keeping his secret. And this is you feeling guilty about coming together in this. Or are you, Sagittarius, separate from this, coming together with these people and family who you think are shameful? So it could be either way. Because they're in disconnect. They're either not seeing eye to eye, or they're at a distance and they can't see each other face to face. And then the Emperor. So Sagittarius, you're either somebody ashamed of this connection here, or you are in this connection feeling shame and guilt. Or are you getting over it? The Emperor. So people are seeing you as the Emperor because they see you as being at war. Because this is the one who takes everybody else down. They're in their truth no matter what, which is nothing wrong with being in your truth. And if people want to walk away from your truth, that's fine. But this card reflects no love in the picture, which is the cause of all war. And this is someone who's getting over it. I'm over it. Maybe you've tried already to be loving and it didn't work with certain people. maybe they were taking advantage of you and you had to be harsh with them. And the Tower's reversed. So this is either sudden events that happened already prior to that, or this is somebody resisting the changes, the sudden changes, right? Not wanting to deal with sudden changes. And there's the Emperor upright. So why is the Fool your block? And the Fool we know is upright and free. The Hermit. Well, that looks like this is like Virgo energy has got everything they could ever want, except for want someone to share it with. Maybe they're fine on their own. But this is a block for you. And why is that? Because the Emperor is all about control. So if you're living a world of control and this person doesn't need to be in control because they're in bliss, because they're on the Fool's journey with an open heart, taking a leap of faith. And is this you? Are you Sagittarius with someone shedding light on this situation for you? And you have Earth in your chart. And we have Aries here too. So Aries, Virgo, and then your Sagittarius could be at play here. But the block for you is freedom. Maybe you were taught you're not allowed to be free, that you need to sacrifice to be a worthy person. Or you're not free because you have addictions or codependencies. This is a block for you. Why is freedom a block for you? You're on the wounded warrior path, but you want to be on the Fool's path because that means there's an open heart and a leap of faith, which means the whole universe opens for you. This is victim mentality, which causes you to be restricted. So we're in bliss here. The Ten of Swords is reversed. The bliss of birth, the child, the Page of Cups, the new, the innocent, justice for all, without the victim mentality. The Empress reverse is totally victim mentality. She's either a boss or a mother, grandmother, aunt, whoever it is, who's really mean, or she expects everyone else to do things for her because she says she can't do it for herself. So that victim mentality. But also it could be someone who's sick or ill, which again is the victim because they're ill or sick. And it could be a miscarriage because we do have all the children out on the board, but I don't feel like that's the true message here. It has to do with letting go of a lack of abundance and know the universe is always trying to work in your favor, but you have to change your perspective. It's all about the thought. Right? Because if you have a negative thought, it's going to create negative feelings. If you switch that thought and see the opposite of what you're thinking, then you can come to the middle and be rebalanced again, and then you won't be reversed here. So again, this could be a couple, this could be a mother, this could be a dark mother with Libra and Taurus reversed. And there's an ending here that's really done. There's bliss. This was an imbalanced relationship here, no matter what it was. But there is justice and bliss here in letting go of lack and imbalance. And then we have the Magician. And this is about a falling out in the past with a soulmate, right? This is that energy you want. This is that innocent love, best friend energy from past life. But there's a falling out in the past. This can be the past returning as well. This could be a bad childhood that comes up, is blocking you from having true love. This can be your children who've been acting up. But this is about looking back at the past to clear the way. So you're using Magician embodiment here. Is about major manifestation, having all the tools on board here to manifest what you want. And it's like looking back at the past and with this bad childhood or a falling out in the past or your children or whoever it is, but looking back and seeing how you weren't expressing your true feelings, right? Because this is arrows of love. This is abundant energetic exchange, right? This is lots of back and forth of communication and travel and zip lining. You know, it's fun. But when it's this is you holding back on your true feelings, your true passions. And you're looking back at the past about that. And the wounded warrior surrendering, yay. So you're in surrender here, which is amazing. And that's reflecting the surrender of Sagittarius in the South Node. Okay? All right, let's see. And this can be too, after a lot of heated back and forth exchange, surrendering to it. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. and the King of Swords. So perhaps the King of Swords has some earth in his chart, and there we have a father and child, or this can be his inner negative self-talk. And we have 2 children here perhaps, or a lot of negative messages or unanswered messages, or a lot of negative self-talk here. This could be verbal abuse too. These could be kids who are verbally abusive or not talking to him. And they're standing up for themselves and their unhappiness, their dissatisfaction with the King of Swords. So we have the next cards that came up that I pulled at the end is the King of Swords again. So it's definitely all about the King of Swords here at the end, whether that's you, because you're coming up as sword energy here. And we haven't hit the 7 of Swords yet to see if it's upright or reversed. So we'll see. The King of Swords has the Ace of Pentacles here, but I believe the Ace of Pentacles is reversed. So this is planning for a new life, but it's like saving or holding back, withholding time, money, and effort from other people in order to save money. This could be also playing games, playing hardball, trying to magnetize money or what you want to you. And then we have the 7 of Wands again, which is standing up for self. Okay, these look like kids trying to stand up for themselves by either not talking to the King of Swords or by lashing out at them and speaking their truth. So why do we have the King of Swords? And there. Starting over with affection or lovers. Look at that. We got the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups flanking the lovers, right? So this would be feeling sorry for oneself, grounding, integrating, boredom, apathy, right? The offer of love that you're not accepting. And then over here is the walking away within. But when this is not the 5 of Cups, it's the 8 of Cups. Sorry about that. But this is about uncomfortable energy, because instead of walking away to find a missing piece, you're sitting in that uncomfortable energy that's not resonating with you. And this is the need to start. This is literally starting over again. So you're either going to settle for what you have, or you're going to start over completely new on something else with a lover or Gemini here or twin. But it may be uncomfortable at first, because you're trying to find peace. You want to come to a peaceful place regarding deception. The Ace of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. Okay, this is about reaping rewards of your efforts, daydreaming, how you're going to go forward, how you're going to invest your time, money, and effort. You need to know what's important to you before you go forward. And then we have, I'll show you the rest of the cards I pulled here, so might as well. We have the 4 of Wands, the home, union, the Queen of Swords. Perhaps the King of Swords wants to come together with the Queen of Swords, who's reversed over here. Perhaps to settle things. Maybe she's at home and he's withholding from her. And there's the 2 of Pentacles. Juggling, trying to keep the balls up in the air, trying to stay balanced, performing. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is that abundant family. And this is, again, maybe working for the family, working for the collective, working for the dream life, for heaven on earth. And then someone feeling sorry for this situation, which is you feeling guilty here, regarding the workplace, coming together, co-creating. So what's that all about? The 4 of Wands. Knight of Wands rushing in to the rescue. With the Magician embodiment, all tools on board. I can save the day. I have all the tools. And then withholding. And then withholding from the King of Pentacles. Time, money, and effort. Or it could be saving the day. To find peace. To find peace with the family, community, the business. But there's deception here. Unless you're getting up really early, or trying to get away from having to get up really early. And recover from exile, recover from illness, injury, destitution. This is recover. In order to recover, it's like maybe you were, as the King of Pentacles, you were dealing with recovering people, helping them out with something, and you had to get up really early to do that. And this could be going on vacation to get away from all that hard work and schmoozing. This could be giving love that you don't really mean, right? Like being really loving to people that you don't love, right? And that could be a work or your professional image. And then feeling guilty about that. This can be being moody, jealous, feeling rejected. And then this is like the fight for riches in life. There's conflict, game playing, the pursuit of happiness, and the Page of Pentacles, who's a very good student or loves to learn. And they definitely are researching every inch of that coin there. In a big transformation here. And that was the message for the twin flame read, was the breaking and making of the divine masculine here. So here's going through the dark night of the soul. There could be Scorpio here, manifesting something new at work and having to fight for it, perhaps feeling guilty for not having paid attention to something in the past. But there's depression here, or the need to shine your light, the need to heal and have hope. And this is, you are no longer feeling guilty. This is you coming clean, getting clean, cleaning up your act, cleaning up your space. Perhaps still being a little bit sneaky, but the need to heal here. And so you came clean. You're dropping the act, dropping the facade, and you're hanging out to see a new perspective, to be wise. Okay? That the family is dysfunctional or going through a loss, whether it's money or a family member, and dealing with children out of control. Right? This could be Leo, ego out of control, kids, pets, all of that energy. Leo, ego out of control, or ill health. So whenever you're in fear, fear creates ill health. So, and that's all about the ego. And this is then someone coming out of that as the humble, loyal servant instead. And the bottom of the deck ends up with the Wheel of Fortune. This is destined to be schooled. This is the breaking of the masculine to be the making of the masculine. So we start out here with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, with Cancer reversed, broken, with the Queen of Wands reversed at home. And this could be, we have Cancer energy and Libra energy here. This could also be two women you're dealing with at work or home that looks like home, that are either moving, they're not happy. These could be two children who are not talking to you, that came up in the read. And again, they could be moving, visiting. This could be family, holiday visiting. And perhaps these two don't want to come, or you don't want them to come. But there's Cancer reversed and Libra upright. This is the underlying energy going into the read. So let's see what you have as far as the other cards. It's really positive for you, actually. You're coming clean, cleaning up the act. The kid energy, they're all upright. It's really positive, except for the swords. The Page of Swords and Knight of Swords are negative energies here as far as kids or messages. But the Page of Cups is upright, the Page of Wands is upright, the Page of Pentacles is upright. So there's really good kid energy around you, or message energy, or that new energy. There's all this new energy coming in. There's bliss at the end there, with all your powers coming in. For a new start, manifesting something brand new, surrendering to it. But you need to speak how you feel. Wedding is coming up. The situation involves marriage. And playfulness, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So that can be with children, or the situation involves marriage, whether it's getting married or getting divorced. There are children involved, and there's true love involved, that this is a romance of a lifetime. Just stay optimistic about your love life, okay? So for those of you just working on your relationship, that's what's coming up, that's true love. Or those of you getting out of a relationship for a new relationship, it's all about true love and playfulness of the children. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And this was turned over. This one is significant. Oh, passion. There's passion here. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And that was the message for the twin flame read today. Just for this moment, joy. For the liberation of the divine feminine, and for the breaking and the making of the masculine. And make the effort with children perhaps, or your inner children. The great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Well, there you go, Sag. This is a much better reading than the first one. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And if you don't have an ex, it's just old energies that need to get cleared. And then very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now, which came up in the read. In order to get what you want, you have to know what you want. And then release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Let's see, from the Kipper deck. I'll give you a Kipper deck card, and I'll give you an energy deck card too. Maybe I'll give you a Journey of Love card today. All right, for Sagittarius. The false person. And for me, this also is just the tango between the man and the woman. So it can be wearing masks, which came up with the vulnerability card. It can be children. It can be a false person. But again, it's about all the masks that we all wear, and to take those masks off, especially in dealing with a relationship between a man and a woman, especially with true love here, right? The mystery of it all. And that's what's coming up here in an official capacity. There's somebody expecting you. Oh my gosh, Sagittarius. Look at that, right? So this is about the marriage, and then the wounded warrior's path comes up, because you're leaving the wounded warrior's path on the 22nd. And you're going towards the Queen of Cups here has been working really hard, and then there's sudden wealth and justice here to release them from prison. Wow, the journey, there's the Fool's journey, getting on the love train, the 10 of high vibration energy. Wow, Saggy, things are going to get good. Let's see what energy deck has for you. Is that better? So you may be dealing with angry kids at you, or you're dealing with messages that need to be answered. But you're also dealing with your own guilt and shame and letting that go. You're coming clean about whatever it is, whether it's a codependency, an addiction, just the need to be real, to be your true self, and for your kids perhaps as well. But there's also obviously a relationship here that's coming in. There may be something going out as well. And for Sagittarius, that came right out. Your stuff has been just flying right out. The door to personal healing and happiness is to open windows and let outside in, right? So this is outdoors and this is outdoors. So bring some plants inside, or just again, when one door or window closes, another one opens. It's saying to purify your energy here. This is the final clearing of your energy for abundance. You have been dealing with a broken heart here. This is the ending of it. It's healed. There's abundance coming in. That was about your Sagittarius in the South Node, was healing this heart, because the sun is coming out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is appreciation. Make sure you're being authentic. Don't say thank you if you don't mean it, right? Because we have the 15 of the devil here, which is the shadow side. And she looks like she's being really nice and proper. She's dressed perfectly, but she's not happy. She doesn't look really nice on her face. Look at her expression. Okay? That's not a welcoming expression. So again, make sure when you're showing appreciation, it's authentic. Okay? Don't wear a mask. And I am going to give you a Journey of Love card since it's your birthday and it's almost over. All right, Saggy. Saggy, Ophiuchus. We're in Ophiuchus now, the 13th sign. And this is a big week to keep your vibrations really high. We're getting some big light download on the 21st, which we've never received before. It's definitely going to upgrade your abilities, where it's like the official sealing of the gate in this 3-world split of going into the age of Aquarius, and no longer can, kind of like dawdle. You have to you're either in or out. And then we have she loves, the 61 that's that liar, cheater, thief energy. But she loves. She's taking a risk to love, loving self first. That's the most important thing. And the heart of God. So it's saying in order to get what you want, you have to connect with your higher self, which is your connection with God. And if you don't believe in God, it doesn't have to be the word God. It can be source, it can be creator, it can be love. Whatever you believe in, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. You need that one-to-one connection between yourself and source energy, or your higher self, and taking that risk to love and to go within. There you go. And there's the fire and ice, the breaking and the making of you, of the masculine. The fire and ice, and that's like the Jesus energy standing in the middle, the balance, right, of the cold and the hot, and instead coming into the middle to balance, which is unconditional love, the 0 point. That's the going within and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, the bottom of the deck is the Mother Praise. So be careful. There's the 15 again. This is someone who's not being authentic. They're showing you all these high vibrational colors, but they're not authentic. It came up in both decks. So if this is you, be authentic. You don't have to be kind when you're not feeling kind. You need to be authentic. It's more important. That will clear the way to an authentic relationship. Or this is somebody else doing that to you. Beware of the mask. What you feel, if you're feeling something a little off, it is. Just because they look perfect doesn't mean they, again, these were both the underlying energies of someone who is, then they're both number 15, okay? Someone who's not being authentic. Is that you or the other person? And we all do that. We all have masks on that. We need to take the masks off and just be authentic. If you don't like something, say it, but do it with love. As long as you do it with truth and love, nobody can fault you for that. But if you lie, that's going to catch up to you. It's going to come back to you later. It's not going to work out. So it's really a good read for you, Saggy. What are the, I want to make sure you got all the signs too. Pisces, that can be Virgo, perhaps Aquarius too, but with Scorpio was in the underlying energy as well. Leo, of course, you Sagittarius, we have Gemini or Virgo here. And Aries, two Aries, both upright. Really strong Aries here. And then what else came out here, if anything? Nope, no other majors came out. That was it. Okay. So I hope you liked that one better and that was helpful for you. Yay, Sagittarius, happy birthday for another couple days. And make sure you drink your water, get your rest, your joy in your nature, and rise and be love. I'll see you soon. Breathe. There's the 46 of the inner children loving. Rise and be love, you guys. I'll see you soon.